It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for tuning in live. If you're watching me live, if you're not, thanks for watching anyway. The Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 out on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab some of the show. Go ahead and rip some video, pull a video clip, rip it, whatever you want to call it, however you do it, whatever name you use, just go ahead and screen grab some of this and make it go viral. Some of this good stuff. The Geno Jones Show. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like it, y'all. And binge watch all my back episodes Monday through Friday, once again, 6:30 on the East Coast. If you're up in the Chi, or maybe down in Houston or Memphis, New Orleans, 5:30 Central Time. Shout out to Dallas, St. Louis. If you're in Denver, boo, 4:30. I ain't messing with Denver, not at all. And y'all basketball team, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, where my firstborn daughter, Lauren Shiana Hill Vaughn, is doing her thing, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. The Geno Jones Show, by the way, is brought to you by CM Transportation. If your business needs dependable, reliable, and on-time delivery, transportation company that you can depend on, that you can rely on, and that is on time. CM, M like Mary, my mother's name, CM Transportation. Check them out, www.cmtransportationllc.net, one of the top transportation companies in America. It's a Working Divas Wednesday. Shout out to all my Working Divas watching me either live or on demand or whenever you get time. Shout out to Miss Carissa Carter. Carissa Carter is the CEO of CM Transportation. Really, go to her website, or you can check it out. Google it. This company is amazing. cmtransportationllc.net, or you can call and ask for Carissa Carter. She's the CEO. She's busy, but she'll answer the phone or come to the phone if she has a chance. Tell her Geno Jones told you were watching the Geno Jones Show. And your business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and on time. She's got you. Let's jump off the show celebrating my fellow Taurians. Hey, it's May 1st. May babies, stand up. It's our time to shine. Yeah, my fellow Taurians. Tina Campbell from the gospel R&B inspirational group Mary. Them sisters can sing. Tina Campbell, 50, the big nickel today. All right, the big nickel. All right, Tina. I see you, Tina Campbell. Actress Drew Sidora. Back in the day, she was on the show That's So Raven. If you saw the VH1 special, it was like a bio movie about TLC. Crazy, sexy, cool, the TLC story. So the sister that played T-Boz, that is Drew Sidora from the Chi. From Chi-Town, repping the 313, that's Detroit. Repping it. Come on, do you? Born and raised in. Repping the 312-773, that's where the 3 was coming in. 312-773-708. Drew Sidora, 39 today. Actor Darius McCrary. Outside of dating the media personality formerly known as Superhead. Now, if you're wondering how she got that nickname, then you don't even ask. I'm not going to tell you. Corinne Steffens, a.k.a. Superhead. So I know they were dating for a while. I don't know if they're still kicking it or not. Darius McCrary, he was Eddie Winslow on the, remember the ABC show Family Matters with Urkel? Yeah, little Urkel. So Eddie Winslow from Family Matters, Darius McCrary, 48 today. Ray Parker Jr., R&B legend from back in the day. He was in a group called Radio. He did the only, I know there's like a new Ghostbusters, but the original Ghostbusters, the real one, and the iconic theme song, I Ain't Afraid of No Ghosts. The brother that wrote and produced and performed that song, repping Detroit City, talking about Detroit, Mr. Ray Parker Jr., 70 to the big 7-0. Wow, do your thing there. And happy heavenly birthday to Gianna Bryant. That was Kobe Bryant's daughter, who was on the helicopter with Kobe on their way to a basketball game for Gianna. Tragically, they died in that horrible helicopter crash. The helicopter crashed into the side of a mountain on their way to a basketball game for along with some of her teammates. So happy heavenly birthday, Gianna. She would have been 18 today. She was born on this day in 2006. So rest in power, young angel. Rest in peace, you and your dad. Happy heavenly birthday, Gianna. Let me make a segue. Let me shout out. It's a Working Divas Wednesday, right? We salute. Well, I always salute the Working Divas and the women on the Geno Jones Show. But Wednesday, we make it special. So let's salute and shout out Sza and KeKe Palmer. Now, did you get a chance to see Sza, R&B superstar? She got the album of the year last year for her album. She was on the charts. Her album was like #1 for like damn near the whole year on the R&B Billboard charts. So Sza and KeKe Palmer were on Saturday Night Live together. I don't know if you caught them a little while back. KeKe Palmer hosted Saturday Night Live, and the musical guest was Sza. So they vibed. You could tell they were vibing and doing their thing, having a good time. So now, Sza and KeKe Palmer are going to hook up again. They're hooking up like bootleg cable. And they're going to do it's called a buddy comedy. And it's produced by the one and only Issa Rae. Now, you know who Issa Rae is. So if you remember the HBO show Insecure? That, like, she wrote the show and everything, and she was like the star, the lead actress. Issa Rae is producing this movie that does not have a title yet, but it's going to be a buddy comedy. So I guess they're going to be like girls, like they kind of are in real life. So a shout out to Sza and to KeKe Palmer. And then I'm sure Issa Rae. So who is Issa Rae? All right, you saw the Barbie movie, right? She was the black president. We had a black woman president. In real life, we got a black woman vice president. But in the Barbie movie, the president of Barbie world was a sister. And that sister, that's Issa Rae. But if you were a fan of the show Insecure, that was her show. She was the star. You know who Issa Rae is. So I'm sure she's going to be in the movie with Sza and KeKe Palmer. Black women. Black woman excellence. Black women excellence. You know how we do that thing as black folks. Speaking of brothers and sisters, I don't know, in case you missed yesterday's show, shout out to Usher. I don't know if you heard his show. So back in 2021, Usher did his first Vegas run at Caesar's Palace, right? Yeah, it was at Caesar's. And it made almost $19 million. But Usher took all that money and invested it into that show, his first Vegas run. So he didn't make any money. He said, I'm not taking a penny. I want to invest in myself and in my show. I am betting on me. You know, I say in Vegas, they say always bet on black. I'm always wearing black, so I guess I'm always betting on black. I'm not a gambler, but they say in Vegas, always bet on black, and I say in life, always bet on you. Because there's one thing that nobody can beat you, nobody on the planet can beat you doing this one thing. Nobody can beat you being the best version of you. And that's what Usher did. He bet on himself. He didn't take any money. He reinvested it so he could make his first Vegas run special, and boy, did he make it special. So when he ran it back last year, he moved the show to the MGM. They got a theater, the MGM Dolby Theater 100 shows that Vegas run in 2023. 100 shows. Every show, all one, could have sold out probably 200. All 100 shows sold out. Guess how much money that 100 show sellout made? Selling out 100 shows. Basically $96 million. $95.9 million to be exact. So that investment, that 19 rounded off 18.9 million. So that $19 million investment, taking all that money, didn't spend it. He said, I want to reinvest it into the show, making it special, building something even bigger, because he had a vision. He was seeing the future, and he said, man, if I make this special, and the word is going to get out, and people are going to be hungry, and I can do it real big. And he ran it back in 2023, came back to Vegas, came to the MGM Dolby Theater, sold out 100 shows, $96 million. Like I said, always bet on you. Never let anybody else's perception of you become your reality. You get to define who you are. So I just want to hit you with that little note of positivity, little inspiration, just pouring into your soul and your spirit. Don't be afraid to bet on yourself, because nobody can beat you. Nobody. I don't give a damn if it's Michael Jordan, if it's LeBron James. I don't care if it's Barack and Michelle Obama, Beyonce, Jay-Z, whoever, Nate, whoever. Nobody, none of them, Oprah, you name the person. I don't care who it is. Nobody can beat you being the best version of yourself. So make sure you know who you are and what motivates you, what inspires you, what gives you purpose to wake up every morning, to live your life. Find out what gives you purpose, what wakes you up, what could wake you up and inspire you to get up out of the bed every morning for whatever level of greatness that you have inside of you. So just had to hit you with that. We have 189 days until Election Day. Once again, I want to talk to my millennial and brothers and sisters of all races and ethnicities, but I'm specifically speaking to the culture, and specifically, it's a Working Divas Wednesday, but just my Working Divas, if you don't mind, if you allow me just to address our working brothers out here, maybe not working, maybe striving to get things together. You feel like politicians haven't listened to you. You don't think that President Biden has listened to you. Listen, this is not a paid political announcement, because, the Biden campaign ain't paying me. And it's bigger than President Biden. I had a chance to sit down with him in January, and the man said it himself to me. Said it on tape. I had him on my radio show. This is a choice, you all. November, 188 days. It's a choice. You're choosing freedom or oppression. And if you think that, they both the lesser of two evils, no, you haven't paid attention. I'm gonna need you to Google, and I'm gonna name check this, because I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to see for yourself. If you're in a barbershop right now, or a hair salon, nail salon, but the brothers, let me holler at the brothers in the barbershop. Or, maybe you're watching me at home, maybe you up in your den or your, whatever room, your theater room, media room, wherever you got your big screen TV, or maybe watching me on your tablet, on your computer or laptop. Just Google Project 2025. This MAGA cult, they got the plans in writing. And they're so bold with it, they're not trying to hide it. As a matter of fact, they invite you. You can Google Project 2025. You can go to their website. You can download all damn near 1,000 pages. Today, in the state of Florida, abortion is virtually illegal. Another state. And brothers, if you don't think that all these states that have banned abortions, if you don't think that will affect you, you're sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. You might be in a situation, you and whoever your significant other is, maybe y'all just not ready for a child, or maybe you can't afford any more children. Maybe you can't afford to pay for any more children. And somebody would say, well, if you can't afford them, if you can't afford them, don't make them. Yeah, easier said than done, because, you know, we're all human and the flesh is weak. But you might be in a situation where you and your significant other, you're trying to have a child, and something tragic happens. Like something called like an ectopic pregnancy. You know what that is? That means when the fetus, the egg, sets up in a woman's fallopian tubes. Now, I'm not an OBGYN, and I'm not even trying to play one on TV, but that can be deadly. Any kind of miscarriages, things can happen during a pregnancy. And the mortality rate, the maternal mortality rate for black women in America is 3 times higher than it is for white women. So for every one white woman that might die during a childbirth, or maybe she has a miscarriage, for every one white woman that will die like that, 3 black women die from some type of issue with, with their pregnancy. That's why it's called the maternal mortality rate. It's real. And all these southern states, you hear stories. Some hospitals are virtually telling women that they can't try to provide life-saving health care. Not even just because she's like, look, hey, listen, we can't afford to have a child. We ain't trying to have no baby. And she don't want to have a baby. I ain't really, I'm not ready for that. It's her body. She wants to terminate the pregnancy. But you could be a situation where you and your significant other trying to have a child, and something happens. In these southern states, virtually all the states that were part of the Confederacy, including South Carolina, 6-week abortion ban. Most women don't even know they're pregnant. Hell, they're barely missing a period. Most women will tell you, 6 weeks? Ask them. Any woman that's had a child, ask them at 6 weeks, did they have any idea they were pregnant? I guarantee you, the vast majority, if not all of them, will tell you, no, had no idea. 6 weeks. They have a cycle, a menstrual cycle every 4 weeks. And some women are not, they call regular. You can tell I grew up in a house full of women. So sometimes it doesn't come every 28 days or whatever. So the point I'm trying to make is that these abortion bans, men, brothers, can affect you or somebody that you love who may wind up in a situation in one of these states where they're banning abortions. She miscarries, or something happens with the fetus. There's a term, stillborn, where the fetus is dead. The fetus inside of her is dead, and they want to deliver what they call a stillborn child. And a lot of times those cases can cause infections, something called sepsis, which is basically blood poisoning, bleeding out. So many stories. Some women, and unfortunately, since these abortion bans, a significant number of women have actually died who bled out. And the ones that didn't die, bodies they lost so much blood, and it just messed their body up to where they will never be able to have a child again. That could be you, fellas. You and your significant other, your bae, your boo, your girlfriend, your woman, your spouse. Y'all may want to have kids, but she could find herself in that situation. And that's just one example. You see all the young people protesting against a lack of humanity. They are protesting against not just war. They are protesting against seeing a large number of innocent men and women and children specifically dying. They are witnessing genocide. Now, what triggered this whole event in Israel, yes, on October 7th, what Hamas did was absolutely, positively inexcusable and criminal and evil. And if you sit down and talk with these young people, they are smart enough and they understand it. When Hamas attacked innocent Israeli citizens, men, women, babies, young people in their 20s and 30s at a concert and slaughtered them, these young people were outraged. How do I know? Because my daughter is one. My daughter is a senior in college. As a matter of fact, my daughter will be graduating in about 10 days. But then to see the racist Israeli government led by a racist white nationalist prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, and that's absolutely what he is. He is the Israelis' version of what we call on the show, Orange Hitler, Donald Trump. Two wrongs will make it right. And these young people are saying, where is the world's morality? America, where is our morality? We have influence over the state of Israel, but we don't have as much influence as many people may think, because you have a racist white nationalist as a prime minister who does not like President Biden, who does not give a damn, and who is trying to stay in power because he's trying to stay out of jail, because he's been accused and facing charges of corruption. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Who's that sound like? Somebody here that's going to be in court, in a courtroom tomorrow. So Bibi Netanyahu is doing everything. He wants to continue this war and this slaughter of you've had over 30,000 Palestinians from Gaza killed. And 70% of those have been women and children. They're not in Hamas. So our young people protesting all across America, college campuses and university campuses all across America, in the Midwest, Northwestern University, today the University of Wisconsin, the school in St. Louis, I can't think of the name of the school in St. Louis University, where, I don't know if it was Lincoln University, one of the, or Washington University, one of the universities, and the law enforcement there was just engaged in brutal acts. I saw UCLA out in Los Angeles. The LAPD were doing what the LAPD does. And then you had some tension between pro-Israeli and pro-Palestinian groups that kind of got into a scuffle, and then the LAPD came in with their brutality. So these young people are talking about, we need an end, we need a ceasefire now. We need to release those innocent hostages that are being held captive. And I'm just going to give it to you all straight. Bibi Netanyahu don't give a damn about it. Yes, those hostages, the majority of them are from Israel. Some are like dual citizens. We have some Americans, but the majority of them are from Israel. Bibi Netanyahu don't give a damn about them hostages. Bibi Netanyahu is like his boy, Orange Hitler, Donald Trump. He only gives a damn about himself. and power and staying in power. And he will kill as many innocent Palestinian women and children. They literally destroyed every hospital in Gaza, every school, library, museum. And young people across the country in these universities are saying, what is this? This is worse than what Hamas did because it's on a larger scale. Both acts were evil and inhumane and barbaric and pure evil. Both acts were. So Bibi Netanyahu, you know better than Hamas, not to mention that you financially made sure that Hamas was propped up financially through Qatar. So I'm not going to go into that deep dive, but the point I'm trying to make, to bring it home, and why did I say it's 188 days until Election Day, November 5th? So all those peaceful protests, saw people in police in New York, to their credit, and I was watching it live last night, I really thought the NYPD was going to go buck wild, and I was really afraid. I was praying something horrible didn't happen. Because a quick history lesson, when you bring law enforcement into a college or university setting, and you have peaceful protesters, now you always have some agitators and people who don't go to the school, who are just trying to start some shit. But the majority of these young people, they are protesting against the brutality that they are seeing in Gaza, and they want a ceasefire. They want the killing to stop on all sides. But the majority of the folks that's doing the most killing is Bibi Netanyahu and his military. So they want that to stop. So you've had these protests. But if your boy Donald Trump, Orange Hitler, gets in office, he's already said he will send in the National Guard. He'll send in the United States military to put down peaceful protesters. And he will tell them to shoot them. Now you're saying, Geno, now why you say that? Donald Trump ain't never told nobody to have law enforcement, National Guard, shoot peaceful protesters. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. Google Mark Esper, Defense Secretary Mark Esper. Just Google Donald Trump tells Mark Esper to shoot protesters. Back in 2020, when you had all the protests protesting the murder of George Floyd. And yes, murder. I know murder is a legal term, but he was murdered. The dude that put his knee on George Floyd's neck for damn near 10 minutes while looking into a camera phone, and a young African-American teenage young woman recorded it. And he looked right into that camera, knew that she was videotaping it, and kept his knee on his neck. If Donald Trump gets in office, peaceful protesters, you all would just be shot. Period. Full stop. He's already said. As a matter of fact, Time Magazine, if you want to just know some of the things banning, now Trump will say, well, leave it to the states. So the states that have banned abortions, he'll leave it to them. But what he will really do, since he's already put in 3 Supreme Court judges, and he's bragged about how he is the one that got rid of the Supreme Court decision, Roe versus Wade, that made abortion safe and legal here in America. So he put the justices on the Supreme Court that reversed Roe versus Wade, that allowed the states that already had laws written, and they were just waiting for the Supreme Court to get rid of, to strike down the ruling, to strike down that ruling in the Supreme Court that allowed states to ban abortions. And they're going to do it nationwide. A federal, they call it a federal abortion ban, a national abortion ban. Time magazine sat down with your boy Orange Hitler, and he specifically talks about doing everything I just talked about. Sending the National Guard to end peaceful protests. Basically allowing the states to do what they want to do. And if they want to ban, as a matter of fact, allow the states to arrest women and their doctors if they have an abortion, even if they have a miscarriage. But if the police think it's suspicious, they don't believe you had a miscarriage, they can arrest you. Or they can arrest fellas, they can arrest your bae, your boo, your wife, your fiance, your significant other. This election, I'm going to close, I'm going to wrap up the show. I'm going to say it once again. First of all, I want you to read for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Like I said, you can Google it, do whatever kind of search, Google, Microsoft, whatever search engine you use, type in Project 2025. And then while you're doing that, just Donald Trump talks to Time magazine. That just came out earlier this week. They're not trying to hide it. He is telling the world. He's not throwing a rock and hiding his hand. He's putting his full chest in it. And he is telling you how he's going to oppress you and the people that you love. How they will just completely, so when you hear people talking about ending democracy, now I know democracy is real complicated because black folks have never really enjoyed full democracy because of racism and this ideology of white nationalism, so, and all the institutional and systemic racism. But if you don't think it could get worse, if you don't think, because these people are taking it back 200 years, the state of Arizona pulled an abortion law out of their ass that was written in 1864, before the Civil War, when the state of Arizona wasn't even a state. It was called a territory. So this cult wants to take this country back. And if you're talking about not voting, oh hell, you don't have to worry about voting. Because there's already been voter suppression in so many states. It won't even be voter suppression. Forget the Voting Rights Act. That'll never be renewed. Civil rights, all of. And if you don't take my word for it. You take a look at that Project 2025. They may try to put some of it in some big words, but you can find a dictionary. You see some words you don't understand, just look them up. Those are the plans. They're not trying to hide it. So you were making a choice, and it's only two choices. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., no chance. He's got a snowball's chance he's got the same chance that a snowball has surviving on the surface of the sun. And the same for Brother Cornel West, Dr. West, who I admire and have the utmost respect. But he knows better. He knows better. There's no way. There's binary. A binary means two. Bi. Bi is a Latin word for two. Freedom and oppression. One president stands for protecting freedoms and trying to expand those freedoms. As flawed as he may be, and as flawed as the Democratic Party seems to be for some, because if you are upset and think that President Biden hasn't done enough to stop Bibi Netanyahu and the state of Israel using American weapons to kill all these innocent Palestinians, then you haven't heard Donald Trump's ideology, because Donald Trump has said publicly to Bibi Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, finish the job. Finish the job. What do you think that means? Finish the job. His son-in-law, Jared Kushner, looking at a portion of the Gaza Strip that there's I can't think of the name of the sea. There's a large body of water, and he's publicly made comments. There's portions of the Gaza Strip that would really be some beautiful beachfront property that we could come in and develop and build beautiful $1 million homes. Well, what's going to happen to the people, the Palestinians that were living in Gaza? So if you are upset with President Biden and you don't think he's done enough, like I said, to check Bibi Netanyahu, you let your boy Orange Hitler get in, Netanyahu will be unleashed. Already basically demolished the Gaza Strip, and on the east side of the state of Israel, the West Bank, another group of Palestinians. He'll just go after them and do the same thing in the Gaza Strip or in the West Bank that he's done in the Gaza Strip. Just understand, you're not choosing about who you like. Has he done enough? President Biden's done a lot, but your boy's gonna do everything to oppress you and everybody you love and your unborn children and grandchildren, because they want to take this thing back to 1964, 1924. You think I'm playing? Take a look at Project 2025. Check it out for yourself, then come holler at me when you do. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab. That means rip some video, screen grab it, rip, record, however you do it. Screen grab, rip video. Some of this monologue, especially about Project 2025. Screen grab it, rip the video, put it up on TikTok, on X, or Twitter, on Instagram, or create a viral short right here on YouTube. Put about 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 2 minutes of that clip. Make that go viral. Send that to the brothers in the barber shop and the sisters in the hair salon. This thing is real. It's real, you all. You are voting to protect your freedom for real. And that's why I broke it down, to let you know. What does that mean, Geno? What is that going to look like? Well, I've told you. That's just 2 examples. They got a whole lot of plans. They got an ass of plans to take this thing back a couple hundred years. We're only wealthy white men who own property, which were including our ancestors, could make the rules that could sit in power, to where women couldn't even vote. Women didn't control their own body. Women couldn't get a line of credit, couldn't purchase a home in their name, couldn't buy a car in their name without the permission, without a man basically co-signing for them. That's crazy. Working divas, that's crazy. But that's what they want to do. Play around if you want to. Don't do that. Don't F around to find out. Monday through Friday, you and me, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. The Geno Jones Show, brought to you by CM, like Mary, CM Transportation. Shout out on this Working Divas Wednesday to the CEO, Miss Carissa Carter. You can check her out. Check out her company. One of the top transportation companies in America. If your business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and on time, CM Transportation is the company for you. Find out everything you want to find out, everything you need to know. www.cmtransportationllc.net. CM, like Mary, CM Transportation LLC.net, or call 843-606-2702, 843 area code 606-2702. Markel Bailey. Shout out to my man. Markel is the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. Check Markel out. Check out Designer Cuts. Check out the cuts. He is a master barber's master barber and a hair artiste. Check him out. Kel be cutting up on Instagram. KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones. Allie Jones is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check Allie Jones and her collection out on Instagram, on IG, LX.NCL underscores, that little dash at the bottom and behind that last L. LX.NCL underscore. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Thursday, tomorrow, if you're watching me live right now. And if you're not, it'll be Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. I love you so much. You and me. Now, if you missed some of this episode, go back and binge watch all this episode. Go back and binge watch last night's. Go back and binge watch all my episodes. And be sure to copy and paste that link, share it, tag it, text it, email it, send it. Let's make this one go viral, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.